Hey guys, I'm dating and love expert Hayley Quinn, and I'm here to talk to you about what to do if you say something that offends her. You know it happens, and I'm kind of talking more about early on. Maybe you've approached a woman at a bar or through friends, or who knows, during the daytime, and you start an interaction with her, and at some point you say something and you're just aware, you're like, oh gosh, I really shouldn't have said that, or I thought I was being really funny, but she's looking at me like with horror. And it happens, right? With two conversations between two people that don't really know each other that well, it's unlikely that the conversation is going to flow smoothly. And in fact, I know this is controversial, I'm going to say if you said something that's a little bit offensive or that's a little bit wrong, that doesn't usually mean that you've done a bad job of things. In fact, usually when conversations don't spark and no connections are made, it's because you're usually being too restrictive and too censored in what you're saying. You're not disclosing fully and clearly enough for someone to get a sense of your personality. So if you've gone out on a limb and you've said a strong opinion, or you've made a comment about her nail polish, or you've come out with a joke that you thought was hilarious, which is going nowhere with her, okay, at least you can reward yourself the fact that you've been open and interesting and different. So this is good. Now we just need to rescue the conversation before she thinks you're a complete idiot. And there is a simple technique that I've got to share with you today that's going to teach you how to do that. I call it, get this, going meta. Now what I mean by that, it's like almost if you're there in the interaction with her, I want you to step outside of that interaction and comment on what's going on between you. It's really clever. So for instance, say you are there, you're trying to be flirty and charming, but you've accidentally missed the mark and instead you've come off as offensive and a bit of a jerk. Okay, here's what you need to say. You need to say, I like how I've come over here and I've actually been trying to charm you, or I've actually been trying to woo you, and instead I've said something which is my dodgy sense of humour sometimes, and you look completely mortified. This is not going well at all. Now, if you say that to her, what's going to be really amazing about that is immediately the tension of the interaction is dispersed because you've actually commented about what's going on in the interaction. That's why I call it going meta. After you've said something like that to her, also she understands a few things. You haven't been like overly simpering and apologetic because you didn't mean to offend her. You've been kind of charming and you've actually complimented her and said that you're going to woo her a bit. You've also acknowledged that it was going really well and you'd kind of like to restart the interaction over again and bring it back in line. You've also helped her to understand what your sense of humour is, and if she understands you, things are going to go better. So remember, if stuff's just gone wrong, she's giving you a weird facial expression, she doesn't look impressed, if you can be calm, take a step back mentally, and instead express what's gone on in the interaction, say something to the effect of, I like how I've come here to charm you, and instead I've ended up mortally offending you, or saying something that you may think is a bit stupid. You know what, I actually was enjoying our conversation, so I'd like to do a bit of a reset if that's okay with you. Now, if you can say that and if you can express it in that way, it's going to be super compelling and she'll really, really like it. And you know what, you'll be in the present moment and she'll want to talk to you again. So if this is something, if understanding and relating to women and these little conversation skills is something that's a bit of a nightmare for you, and I have to say, it just doesn't come intuitively to a lot of people, I want to help you to bridge the gap between understanding women and becoming excellent communicators with them. If that's you, please head over to hayleyquinn.com/hermind, where I've got a little video series on everything from how to set up the date more effectively to how to handle it if she tries to cancel on that very date. So I can help you with not only understanding what she's really thinking and feeling, but really also developing nice, honest, ethical communication skills to bridge the gap. So go to hayleyquinn.com/hermind. The link will be in the description box below, and I will see you over the other side.